Okay, so what happens when you take 30 of the world's biggest celebrities and trap them inside a shrinking circle? You get some serious chaos. But then you throw $1 million for charity on the line? Well, you get one of the wildest competitions we've ever seen. So let's break down exactly how this celebrity gauntlet went down. And what are they all fighting for? A cool $1 million. But here's the thing. This isn't going into their own pockets for a new sports car. Nope. The entire prize goes directly to a charity of the winner's choice, which just raises the stakes to a whole new level. So the setup, it's actually super simple, which is probably why it's guaranteed to be so chaotic. You've got 30 celebrities. We're talking A-list actors, music superstars, the whole 9 yards, all stuck inside this giant red circle. The only rule? Be the last one standing. And that is the $1 million question, isn't it? With so many huge personalities, different skills, and, let's be honest, big egos all mashed together, it's not just a game of being strong or smart. It's about strategy, who you team up with, and just pure willpower. All right, let's get into it. Here's how this whole thing kicked off, with this unbelievable lineup under a ton of pressure. And man, the lineup was just insane. I mean, you've got comedy legends like Kevin Hart, icons like Paris Hilton, and then a huge chunk of the music industry. Diplo, the Chainsmokers, and yeah, all 4 guys from 5 Seconds of Summer. It is a wild mix of people. Okay, so the very first challenge wasn't about strength or endurance, which you might expect. No, this was a test of pure, high-stakes risk. Just picture this for a second. You have a chance to win a Lamborghini for your biggest fan, who is standing right there watching you. The catch? If you miss the shot, you're out, gone. No chance at the $1 million. Talk about a test of nerves. And this is where it gets really interesting, psychologically speaking. A whopping 20 celebrities just wouldn't even risk it for their fan. 9 of them tried, missed, and got knocked out right then and there. And then there was one, Diplo. He was the only one to make the shot, win the car, and stay in the game. Incredible. So after that first round, the remaining celebs had to make a big choice. Do you think you're smart, or do you think you're strong? One group had to tackle a high-pressure memory game, while the other had to do a classic last man standing endurance challenge, just holding onto a pole for dear life. And then, in the smart game, you've got Howie Mandel. He gets called out for cheating, and he hits back with this super noble, almost tear-jerking defense, claiming he did it all for the kids fighting cancer. I mean, wow. A powerful moment, right? Well, because, of course, the truth comes out. He totally filmed the answer on his phone. And honestly, this just perfectly sums up Howie's role in this whole competition. He was the chaotic wild card willing to do literally anything to win, even if he had to bend the rules. For a good cause, of course. And believe me, that chaos was just getting started. As the individual challenges wrapped up, it was time for team dynamics, where things like collaboration and sabotage really came into play. So next up, a cooking challenge. And the judges? Talk about a wild mix. You've got Giada De Laurentiis, a legit world-class Emmy-winning chef. You've got Paris Hilton, a global icon. And then there's Kevin Hart, who basically just walked up and decided he was a judge too. And you know who's back at it again? Howie Mandel. His strategy this time was pure chaos. He was running around stealing ingredients from other teams, but when it came time to present his dish, it was so bad the judges literally called it the poo-poo platter. Yeah, his sabotage completely backfired, and his team was sent packing. Next up was maybe the most brutal challenge yet, the cube. The premise is just ruthless. 3 people from a team walk into a room, but only one gets to walk out. They had to figure out among themselves who was going to move on, leaving the other 2 handcuffed inside. And how they decided who moved on is just absolutely absurd. I mean, one team played Twister to decide their fate. Another team let a puppy, a literal puppy, choose who would move on. And Steve-O's team settled it with a game of Rock'em Sock'em Robots. This is the point where the competition got seriously weird. Okay, so after all that, all the dodgeballs, the cooking, the puppies, we finally have our final 3. And the final game has nothing to do with strength or skill. It's all about psychology. And what a final 3 it is. You've got Steve-O, the legendary daredevil, you've got Young Gravy, the chart-topping musician, and you've got Audrey Nuna, the incredibly cool singer and strategist. 3 totally different competitors, all just one game away from winning $1 million for their cause. And this is the moment to remember why they're doing this. It's not for them. Steve-O was playing for Doctors Without Borders, Young Gravy was playing for Noise for Now, and Audrey Nuno was playing for the Luminoso Fund. These are some seriously amazing causes, so the stakes could not be higher. Okay, so the final game is a total mind game, a classic briefcase bluff. One case has the money. Audrey picks hers first, then Gravy picks his, and it all comes down to Steve-O. He can take the last briefcase, or he can try to read his opponents and steal one of theirs. And this is where the psychology really kicks in. Steve-O immediately saw that Audrey Nuno's calm, poker face expression made her impossible to figure out. He literally called her a stone-cold killer because he knew everything hinged on whether he could read her or not. And you know what? He absolutely nailed it. In a stunning finish, he trusted his gut and chose to steal Audrey's briefcase. And it was the right move. She had the $1 million. His read was perfect, and just like that, Steve-O won the entire thing for Doctors Without Borders. But let's step back for a second, because this whole spectacle was more than just a game. This wasn't just another YouTube video. This was a massive, star-studded media event with production quality and stakes that felt like network television. And that really leaves us with this huge question about the future of entertainment, right? When creators like Mr. Beast are pulling in audiences bigger than most TV networks, what does that look like? When you mix massive charity, A-list celebrities, and huge commercial appeal all into one event, are we looking at the blueprint for the future of media? It's definitely something to think about.